Yo, what's up, people? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? It's your boy Tiario, and I'm back, y'all, with another video and also another eye-opening message and topic, y'all. And in this video and in this message, I want to talk about how God's plan for your life is to save your life. I want to talk about that. God's plan for your life is to save your life. Okay? Tiario, what do you mean by that? One of the reasons, y'all, why so many people are miserable, they frustrated, they bitter, they angry, they have no hope, they have no faith, they have no belief in themselves, is because of what? They're not in God's plan for their lives. They're not in God's plan for their life. So think about it. How can you have hope if you're not in God's plan for your life? How can you even believe if you're not in God's plan for your life? And this is why a lot of people, y'all, they just be ready to throw in the towel. Some people done already gave up because they're not in God's plan for their lives. And this is one of the secrets to God's plan for your life. God's plan for your life is designed to save your life. You want Bible proof? Now, I can take it to the word. I know that stuff front to back, left to right, up and down. I know all them stories. Want me to take it there? Alright, I'll take it there. Moses. God's plan for Moses' life, it did what? It saved his life. Facts. God's plan for Moses' life saved his life. Imagine if Moses would have rejected God by the burning bush. Imagine if Moses would have rejected God by the burning bush. Imagine. Think about it for a minute. Do you honestly think that Moses would have had the life he had if he would have rejected his calling? Come on now, let's be real. God, 9 times out of 10, God probably would have killed Moses. Let's just be realistically here. 9 times out of 10, Moses would have Moses wouldn't even made it that far if he would have rejected God's plan for his life. But look at the pattern. Look at how God's plan for his life saved his life. Abraham, God's plan for Abraham's life saved his life. I'm telling you, it's secrets to God's will for your... See, this is why it's so... this is why it's so important for you to get into God's will for your life. Because God's will for your life is going to save your life. And you want to know why so many people die early? They die before... I did videos on this in 2012. People dying before their time. I did the messages on... For all of y'all out there who've been rocking with my videos for a long time, you know. I've done messages on that already in 2012. Why people die before their time. People die before their time because they're not in God's will for their lives. Because God's will is designed to save your life. It's designed to save your life. Look at the 12 disciples. Look at Peter. Peter was a fisherman, frustrated, angry, bitter. He wasn't in God's will for his life at the time. He didn't even believe in any of that stuff. When Peter started hanging with Jesus, look at how that man's life got turned around, and look at how his life was saved. His life was saved because he stepped into his calling with Jesus. Now, even though he didn't understand it all, that's cool. He didn't understand the whole thing, but he still stepped in. And that saved his life. Mary Magdalene, y'all, was a prostitute. She was in prostitution. And look at how God's calling for her life saved her life. The Apostle Paul was going around killing followers of God. And look at how God's plan for his life saved his life. Do you feel me now? Do you feel me? I'm trying to tell y'all, God's will for your life, it's designed to save your life. And this is why a lot of people, y'all, they die early. They be strung out on alcohol, drugs, sex. They be just gone. They just throwing the towel. They're not in God's will for their lives. A lot of people are bums on the streets because they refuse to follow God's plan for their lives. So now you're a bum. It's ridiculous, y'all. It's ridiculous. God's plan for my life saved my life. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all, come on. Do you honestly believe that if I would have rejected God's calling, I'll still be living right now? No. I'd be dead. I'd be dead. God probably would have allowed me to die, get shot and killed in the streets by some jealous hater, because I rejected God's calling for my life. The only reason that I'm living this long is because I'm in God's plan for my life. The only reason I've lasted this long is because I'm in God's plan for my life. Yes, so many people, y'all, die early because they reject God's plan. Seriously. So many people die early because they reject God's plan for their life. Now, this is what I want to say. I got to say this real quick. God's plan for your life. This is what you got to understand, yo. A lot of you all just don't get it when I start talking about this what I'm about to say. God's plan for your life, it's not going to be what he's telling the next person to do. It's not. See, this is the confusion, because you got so many people who trying to gimmick the next man's calling. You cannot gimmick the next man's calling. You can't do it. You got to find out what he want you to do. Stop worrying about the next man and the next woman. They're doing what they got to do for their family, for their team, for their clique, for their household. Stop worrying about what the next woman got to do. She doing what she got to do for her family, for her team, for her clique, and for her household. This is the problem, because you get people who start trying to gimmick the next man's calling. I see a lot of dudes be trying to gimmick my calling. You cannot gimmick me, yo. You cannot gimmick Tiario. There is no way. It's impossible. You can't do it. The reason why so many people be trying to gimmick my calling is because they don't know their own. And this is where they fail. This is where they fail. Dudes will see me doing videos on YouTube and then they start trying to do it. This is where they fail. This is where they fail. I just didn't get on YouTube yesterday. I've been on the internet since '09. See, I'm for real with this stuff. Okay? I'm for real with this stuff. But see, you get these new dudes, they come on the scene and they start trying to gimmick people like me, people like him, people like her. And you can't do that. You got to find out what God wants you to do. And see, this is where so many people are confused, y'all, because they trying to gimmick. This person's calling, that person's calling, that person's calling, and that person's calling. And they confused. They don't know what God wants them to do, so they try to gimmick somebody else. Next thing you know, you're trying to sound like me in your messages. Bad move. Bad move. People be trying to sound like me in their messages because they don't know who they are. So they try to gimmick the next man, the next woman. And see, this is why God is not going to be able to save your life, because you're not even in his plan for your life. You in somebody else's plan. That's like me trying to go to the NBA. I don't belong in no NBA. I don't belong in no NBA. I left college. I was playing ball. I left college and went back to New Orleans and went back to doing God's will for my life because it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me, okay? It wasn't for me. That's like me literally trying to stress myself out and murder myself and kill myself trying to go to the NBA. That's not for me. It's for the next man. That's for the next man to go. It's not for Tiario. See? And see, you got to understand, y'all. You got to be at peace with God's calling for your life. I'm at total peace with God's calling for my life. Because can't nobody do it like me. Can't nobody beat me in being me. I'm at peace. But see, a lot of other people, they're not at peace with God's plan for their life. This is why they angry, they frustrated, they miserable, they bitter, they jealous haters, because they not happy with what God has called them to do. That's right. That's right. And see, this is why God cannot save your life, because you're not in his plan for your life. You and somebody else plan. Oh, you can literally be in somebody else's plan. That's not God's plan for you. That's somebody else's plan. That's somebody else's plan. That's not his plan for you. And see, y'all, a lot of people, y'all, they don't want to accept God's plan for them. They don't want to accept it. I'm going to say it again. A lot of people, they don't want to accept God's plan for them. They don't want to accept it. And this is why you see a lot of people just angry, frustrated, miserable, jealous, mad, because they don't want to accept God's plan for them. All of us got different callings. All of us got different plans that God placed over our lives. But are you willing to accept it? God's will for your life is designed to save your life. That's right. Look at Joseph in the Bible. His brothers threw him in a pit, sold him to slavery. But look, he stayed connected with God's will for his life, and that saved his life. Look at Daniel. They threw Daniel in the lion's den, but Daniel stayed connected to God's will for his life. See, this is, I'm going to be honest, y'all. See, this is what we got to learn from the people of God in the Bible. If you notice, you never saw no one gimmicking the next man's calling. You never saw Joshua gimmicking Moses. You never saw that. You never saw Elisha gimmicking Elijah. You never saw that. You never saw Joseph's brothers trying to gimmick him. You never saw that. You never saw Mary Magdalene trying to gimmick Jesus' mother Mary. You never saw that. You never saw Matthew trying to gimmick John. You never saw John trying to gimmick Luke. You never saw Philip trying to gimmick Paul. You never saw Peter trying to gimmick Stephen. You never saw Thomas trying to gimmick the next man, the next person. They all was comfortable with what God called them to do. They was comfortable. And a lot of you all, you got to get comfortable in your own skin. You got to get comfortable with what God called you to do. Stop worrying about the next man's blessings and the next woman's blessings. And why this and why that. Focus on what he called you to do. And that's people's biggest problem, y'all. For real. And here's another one, and I got to say this. I got to say this too. This is real. Stop trying to get people to do what he only called you to do. Yes. I'm going to repeat that. Stop trying to get people to do what God called you to do. That's right. Stop trying to get... Israelites got this bad. They trying to get everybody to follow the commandments and all that. No. God gave y'all the commandments, not everybody else. See? God gave the commandments to the Israelites, but yet, what do y'all see them doing? They trying to shove the commandments down everyone's throat, when God didn't even call everyone to follow those commandments and laws. He called y'all to do it. See? Stop trying to get people to do what God called you to do. God called you to open up that business. God called you to go to school. God called you to be married. God called you to raise them kids. That's right. So you can't get mad at a woman for being single when God called you to be married. You can't get mad if you gotta obey the commandments and the next man don't gotta obey them because he's not an Israelite. See? Stop trying to get people to do what God called you to do. Yes. 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 So with all that being said, y'all, this is your boy Tiario, and I just wanted to just do this video and this message and just open up you people's eyes to how God's plan for your life, it's designed to save your life. God's plan for me saved me. Yeah, it saved me. Yes, it did. And yo, I'm happy. I'm thankful. I'm grateful that I'm in God's plan for my life because it saved my life. Yes, man. Yes. So with all that being said, y'all, this is your boy Tiario, and I'm about to be out, y'all. Much love to you people, okay? Much love to you people. Alright? God's plan for your life, it's designed to save your life. Now here's the deal. Tiario, how do I figure out God's plan for my life? I'm so tired of y'all asking me that. Figure it out. Figure it out. For once in your life, figure it out on your own. Because trust me, when you figure it out on your own, it's a beautiful feeling, yo. Stop looking for everybody to give you a handout. Stop it. Stop looking for somebody to hold your hand and walk you across the street. You're not a kid. You're a grown adult. Let me repeat that again. Stop looking for someone to hold your hand and walk you across the street. You're a grown adult. Figure it out. If you don't know God's plan for your life, figure it out. Seek God. Chase Him. Pray over and over and over. Pay your dues. Figure it out on your own. Stop looking for somebody to hold your hand and walk you across the street. You're a grown man. You're a grown woman. Figure it out. You figured out everything else in your life. Oh, you want me to go there? Do you want me to go there? I can go there. Y'all can figure out how to roll up weed and smoke it. Y'all can figure out how to get drunk. Y'all can find a club though. Oh, it's mighty funny how you can find out where the strip club's at, where the club's at. It's mighty funny how you can find out who got the weed and who got the dope. It's mighty funny how you can find all that stuff out. It's mighty funny how you can find out this. But soon when it comes to God, y'all play stupid. Oh, you can find out who got them new Jordans. You can find out which Foot Locker selling them new Jordans. You can find the weed man easily. It's mighty funny how y'all can find out nothing but worldly stuff. But when it comes down to God, y'all got a million excuses. A million excuses. Figure it out. If you don't know God's plan for your life, figure it out on your own. Stop looking for handouts. Stop looking for people to hold your hand and walk you across the street. I figured it out. And you got to do the same. So with all that being said, y'all, this is Tiario, and I'm out, y'all. Peace.